Hello. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here today. Let's dive in. We're going to start with the tea leaf and get you a little bit of clarity, see what Spirit would like you to know. This is, as always, a timeless collective reading, so it's going to resonate to everybody that is here watching it. Whoever is drawn, there will be a message for you if you clicked on this reading. It might not be every message, so see what resonates, what fits, and always follow and trust that divine guidance that is absolutely in you, to your higher self, connection to God, to source, to the universe, because the answer is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, they're based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive in. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What are the opening, helpful energies, messages, directions, situations, signs and symbols helpful for the collective to know today? Ooh, there were two caught in my hands there. You got coins falling from the sky and a chain of events that's going to change everything. I did just think of the song The Chain. What's that? Fleetwood Mac? Money will be coming to you. That seems to be a message that keeps coming to you guys. So absolutely, there's something that's like a domino effect here that's going to, I actually see, change everything for you. A chain of events that will affect your life. I feel like you have to have your arms open for an opportunity. You have to say yes. You have to knock on the door, step through the door, give something a try. There's also a chain here that is, it looks like it's around the world. So maybe it has to do with an ending, or you're traveling. It's that song, Around the World. I want to say it's like Daft Punk or something. It's like an old house song. And I can't quite get it. But now I just heard Roam by the B-52s. Roam if you want to, roam around the world. Maybe if you thought that something was chaining you down, you are releasing chains that bind. I also see that if some of you thought you didn't have the funds to do something that you really want to do, whether that's to expand your world or, you know, somehow go out to a different part of the world, a different culture, I feel like it's definitely an adventure kind of energy, and I feel expanded. Like you want to grow somehow. If you thought that something was stunting that growth, something is going to come in as a big ass blessing, like out of nowhere. Whether that's somebody funding you or at least pointing, because you have a chain of events. Maybe they're just kind of pointing you in the right direction. Well, you know, maybe you can't do it like this, but I tried something kind of going this direction, it worked for me. Or my friend did something kind of similar to what you're talking about, and they kind of went about it through the back road or the side door. Why don't you get some information or give that person a call? I do feel like you need to follow those clues, whatever that is. I also feel like some of you are expanding your business. If you have a store or a service, anything like that, to a wider array of customers or clients. I'm also seeing that some of you are going to have a lot of help by word of mouth. People that are really happy with whatever you've provided or they experience with you. A friend tells a friend, those friends tell more friends. I do feel like something is going to kind of grow for you. For some of you, if you do something online, maybe that is like your subscribers, your fan base. I don't know why I see, I definitely see a website for some of you. Some kind of website or some kind of design, or I'm even getting, I don't know why with that, I see like, I don't know why I hear a trinket. I don't know what that is. Maybe you have like a thing, you know, like sometimes like if you have a service, like here's my free pen, you know, but I feel like you got like a thing, but I don't feel like the thing you have, because I did see word of mouth. I don't think it's a typical business card. If it's a business card, it's cool as shit. You've got like a gold or clear or metal business card or something like that. But I do feel like you have a thing that you can, it's like a little gift, like a little, here you go. That's remember me, but it's not something that somebody's going to lose because they're going to actually use it. So I'm not sure what that is, but maybe that is an idea for some of you. I mean, it could be as simple as a pen. It could be a bottle opener. It could be matches. It could be, I don't know. I do see a calendar, but I don't think it's kind of boring. I think it's something that people kind of want to keep because it's sort of cool. Maybe you need to do a little research, or that idea is going to come out of nowhere, or someone's going to hand you something like that. Maybe that has to do with those chain of events. So, let's see what else is coming through for you guys. What else besides these coins falling from the sky and events starting to unfold? I do hear multiply. You got a key. It's telling you that in the end, even if there were some, weak links in a situation, that you're going to ultimately, or I actually hear continuously, have more successful outcomes. It says successful outcomes to your problems. I don't know why I wanted to say problemo. Maybe is that Spanish? Successful outcome to your problems. You're going to find the right key to unlock that confusing situation. I don't know. I do hear, I do see the chain, and I did think of ball and chain, which is a kind of a negative way to describe like a marriage. It doesn't sound very happy, that old ball and chain, but I am seeing that somebody is going to have a successful resolution, or maybe even breakup, maybe separation, but I feel like it's going to actually be, I see somebody feeling less weight, because I keep seeing that big old cartoon ball. I feel like somebody was weighted down by something, and I feel like that weight is going to be lifted. It could even be that some of you have a financial situation or contractual agreement that has to be made that has something to do with separation or property or finances or a business opportunity. I'm getting neutral. I'm not getting that it's one side or other. I'm getting that maybe it's a neutral perspective, but I am definitely getting some kind of win-win with that. So see how that resonates with your particular situation. I'm even getting going into maybe a new job, something like that. They feel like they won the lottery by you coming on board, and you feel like you won the lottery by getting everything you wanted and more. Something like that. But if it's not specifically in a job, I feel like it's either in an agreement, a settlement, maybe just general overall in life. I don't feel like it's just one problem. I feel like I don't see a key here. Just so you know, I'm getting I'm getting a really vivid image of janitor's keys. Where maybe it's the skeleton key, where that one key unlocks every single door. But I feel I don't know, there's different doors that do require different keys, but you've somehow found the whole shebang on one keychain, but only for you. So, also because I see keys, maybe it is about a new property, a new office, a new car, a new home, something like that. Or maybe even you're given keys to the business. But I feel like if it's not a management kind of position, I feel like for some of you, it's your own business. I actually just heard home business. And now I actually see for some of you, I like when I just have the downloads come, because I do happen to get more downloads in between the actual shuffling than usually when the card comes. That's why I can have one card and almost do a whole reading on one card. I'm just not that reader that puts a bunch of cards down and reads this means this and that means that. I don't know. I just go with how they come in. But I absolutely see some of you, maybe if not right now, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it's evolving into your future, or you're starting to think about it now, where you have some kind of job where you can be on like vacation, you know, you can be in like Bermuda and somehow have like your laptop or just your phone or something like that. And actually, because I saw work at home, but then there's a world here. So I kind of feel like some of you can still work, but in a place where you feel like you're still relaxing. Or maybe if some of you feel like you're always working, even if you're on vacation, you need to allow yourself to just have a vacation so you're more productive at your job when you go back. Because I do feel like some of you do need to replug yourself in. So however that fits in your narrative, I hope that resonates. This is the second half of the tea leaf. Let's just see what else pops out for you guys. That one, what is that? Reconciliation. You got a pineapple here. So maybe there was a prickly situation, but it's sweet on the inside. For some of you, you're reconnecting with a friend, or there's a revival in your partnership. I'm just getting you come to an agreement. Reconciliation doesn't mean like your old lover necessarily comes back, but it means that you reconcile any differences, perhaps see the other side of the coin. Don't forget the connecting factor there. And maybe that released some energetic chains to make some huge changes in both of your lives, especially if you were tethered to, I just heard an old narrative, or a situation that felt unresolved, or became not so sweet. And that could be just a friend. That could be somebody from way in your past. That could also be, I hear agree to disagree. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to shake on something and go your own way. And I feel like for some of you, that shake or that new introduction, that hello again, is actually the start of something wonderful that's about to unfold. Let's get one more. Let's see if one more jumps out from this. I like these messages today. They're kind of different, but I like how they're kind of connecting. So let's see. Is there another message? Wow. Whatever that is, that just flew on out. Your mountain over here. Well, I feel like if there's any obstacles, that mountain is going to become a molehill. That mountain was also put as an obstacle to bring you strength, to overcome something, to get to the elevated perspective. So you see something different. It says there is a major challenge here, but you're going to overcome it. Which is, and it has a successful outcome over here. So maybe you thought like halfway up that mountain, you weren't going to make it. You're running out of breath. You don't know if your butt muscles can keep up with that steep hill. There's going to be, I'm getting that there's going to be something to boost you. I don't know why I see like, this is really weird. I actually see like an old school ski lift. Now, I am going back farther than my age. So if some of you are maybe, I want to say at least 50s and above, you might know what I'm talking about. Because I can remember the ski area when I was 4, I started skiing. And I can remember on the baby slope, there was one of these kind of lifts until it probably became illegal because it's super dangerous and it switched. So I do remember when I was really young, they had it, but then I never saw it again, where it was like a pole, right? Right, because I'm look at that coin. You see that? So it was a pole and it, went around the thing. And when it came around, you took the thing and you shoved, that like, it was like a Frisbee, a little seat like between your legs and held on, and you kind of skied up the little baby slope. And then you kind of had to like undo it and get off and go down the hill at the top. That's what I see. I know that's a really weird thing. I haven't even thought about that since probably I was 6 years old, because eventually they put the actual seat thing up. I just want to know if any of you, I'm just really curious. I'm being nosy here. If any of you do remember that at a ski area, please put that in the comments. Tell me I'm not alone in that. So maybe it is like reviving something that just goes kind of old school and it wasn't really working anymore. Or you're feeling more, I'm getting more seated in a position But I do feel like something about that mountain where, because I saw the mountain, the molehill, and then I saw like, you know, you have like, what is that, like the gondola, you know, or the like the high tech thing that gets you up the mountain, but then you have the weird, you know, I don't know why I hear aged. I don't know why I hear aged, or like, or old school or unadvanced. I'm not sure what word I'm getting, but way of getting up something. But I feel like you are advancing somehow, or creating something that was done one way. And you're like, yeah, there can be a better way to do that, even if that's how you were doing something. Because I feel like halfway up that mountain, you get a different way to get up than the hardest way halfway up the mountain was, or what you were doing. I feel like you're going to get a little boost. Wow, that was a sidetracked. Bear with me here. But let's just take that as an energetic imprint, you know? I even feel like when you get to the top of the mountain, you get to zip line down. Because now I do see that, like, that pole. And you're like, yeah, I could do that a different way. Just, you're going to put your little thing on there and just like hold on. And all of a sudden you're really getting somewhere. So I do feel like the effort was worth the ride of your life in the end. Let's go with that. All right, let's get another message for you. Let's go to something different. Let's do this one. I like that it is kind of general. It's sort of new, but I'm having fun with this deck of cards. It's the, what is it? The something heart, Harmony Heart. So let me put these up here. What is the most prominent message to combine reconciliation? Key, pineapple, chain, coins, and mountain. What is the helpful? Wow, everything's kind of jumping today. Creativity. I did see you like kind of figuring something out that's better than how it was done before, even if it's just how everyone's done it or how you were doing it. I just heard say trinket again. I don't even know. Maybe I should put the definition of what trinket is. It's not like a normal word I use in my everyday vocabulary. Trinket. I don't know why I keep hearing that. So I'm going to find that definition. I'm going to put it here somewhere. So maybe that will help you or resonate with you. Creativity. Now I hear talisman. Maybe some of you are, because I see a talisman, or maybe something you can even carry on your, interesting. Look at here. This is for somebody, and I know if this is your message, it's going to click for you. On your key chain, whatever that means for you. Maybe you make something, maybe you make art, or it's something you see on a keychain, or it's a talisman or an energetic thing that you can keep for luck, or like, I don't know. I feel like it like helps your energy amplified to bring amazing things to you. Or maybe even if it's something like, I'm even getting like selenite or black tourmaline, where maybe it repels weird ass energies from even getting near you. But I definitely see it keychain now. And I hear like trinket and now talisman. So maybe it's even for some of you, something that you wear, or a specific stone that you resonate with. If you go to a store and you keep picking up one particular crystal or rock, or even if it's on the ground and you can't understand why it's not even the prettiest one, but you keep going back to it, that's because you resonate with that frequency. That's the one that is calling you. It's choosing you. You have to choose it too. Get it, because it's going to be helpful. Even if some of you just like stick a, like before I had all these, I just used to put stones like in my bra. You know, I get undressed later, there's freaking stones all over my bathroom floor. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I have all those there. So maybe you're doing something like this where it's a different way to wear, you know, energies of the earth. I do feel like some of you are braiding something. You know, I see somebody working with jewelry or metal. Wow, this is, I definitely like that these are very specific messages. I kind of like when I feel like sometimes the messages are so specific that I'm actually giving somebody a personal reading. So creativity, fire up the old creative side of the brain files, the noggin here, and think outside the box. But it could be on how to be creative with something very logical. It could be like creativity to make some, you know, solid, I hear steady plans. There's a song, Steady as She Goes. I think that's the Raconteuse. Well, I don't know why I said that like I actually know French. But that's the, is it Jack White band? It's like a combination of different people. And I just heard Beck, like the singer. But I don't have any songs, but he has so many good songs. Maybe some of you have a favorite Beck song. Maybe put that in the comments. Your creativity is flourishing. It's blossoming. It is, you know, growing. I just heard segue. Maybe you're going to segue into a different angle, allowing you to bring new ideas and perspectives to all areas of your life. You do have a chain of events. And I did see you with the janitor, you know, keychain. So I don't think it's just one area of your life. Let's see what this is on the other side of the coin, since that's always a good way to look at every situation. Creative blockages. Oh, this person's a big old mess here. They got like 2 computers open. And there's just papers all over the ground. Maybe some of you do need to do a little cleaning, a little organization. You know, get rid of all that clutter, because clutter around you can cause some mental clutter and you don't really know where to focus your energy. Clutter is also how like weird energies can kind of get stuck in. I am getting that some of you need to do a cleanse, like open your windows, bring some plants in, dump out the weird drawers, organize a little bit, even if it's just your car or your desk. I feel like that's going to make a big difference. I just heard impression too. But that's not only energetically on yourself, maybe on somebody else. Creative blockages are holding you back, and you may struggle to find inspiration or motivation in your work. So if you're unmotivated, if you're in stagnation, if you're procrastinating, you have to be the one to turn that switch off. That's why I do feel like some of you might need a little vacation. Just not be in that environment for a little bit. Come back to it. But I also feel like some of you need to clean up some kind of environment before you go, so you don't come back to a big old mess-a-roo. Creative blockages are holding you back. Also, if you have a creative block, you know, writer's block, and you're pushing it, you know, sometimes people need a push. Sometimes people thrive under a little bit of pressure, you know, a little time crunch kind of gets them going. But if it's creativity, that kind of that takes it to weird territory, because you can't really create it. Creativity is allowance. It's letting it flow. You know, you can't force it to happen, because now you're pushing the energy, and it's like trying to take a river that is meant to flow in one direction, and you're trying to force it to go upstream and wondering why it's difficult. You have to reverse that and go with the flow of something, you know. And if you're at a lull, a rough patch, you need to go downriver a little bit, you know, and let the energy come in when it's supposed to. And sometimes the easiest way to get that flowing a little faster is to just literally exit the situation or exit the project you're working on, or whatever you are in a conundrum about, you know, or trying to work on, and just do something else. You know, it could be simple as walking your dog, or putting on some music and dancing around the house in your underwear, whatever you want to do. You know, go on a walk in nature, get out of that environment where you are so trying to make something happen, and just switch your energy up, and then go back and then see if it flows easier. You know, sometimes it is where you have to just do something different. Maybe it is that you just got to organize. You know, if you're trying to make something happen or get a project done, and you're just always looking at the laundry or all the paperwork you have to get done or whatever, maybe get all that stuff done so you have more of a space, so you feel like, and then see if it flows. Because I feel like some of you are trying to, were trying to force something it's not the right timing. It's not that you're not creative or that the ideas aren't there, but there's something like you need to restore in your own energy field. That's sort of what I see. So I hope that was helpful. creativity. I have the creativity oracle. Maybe that's our segue. I got to get it out of my china cupboard though. I'll be right back. Do like these little segues that are happening lately in the readings. So let's move to the creativity oracle. This is a beautiful deck of cards. I haven't used it in a little while. So what is a message helpful for the, I just heard the creative potential in the collective. Maybe you're not tapping into your full potential. Maybe it's time you do. Maybe your potential is even bigger than you imagined. So what is a message of clarity and help for overcoming obstacles and or this chain of events that is bringing the success in your life? What is the most helpful energy and message? It is for you to learn to let go. That's exactly what I saw. You know, if you're trying to force something to happen, I'm getting that which you persist resists. So it is telling you to let go. It's number 53. What, if anything, can be done to let go of what is standing in your way? So if something is standing in your way or someone is standing in your way, it's like you're, I don't know, it's like you're almost holding on. It's like you're holding on to the obstacle, or you're holding on to the hurdle, or you're holding on to the, you know, the big mountain here, instead of hitting that zip line and going above the situation and just going beyond it, above it, around it, whatever you got to do. You got to look at something a different way. If you're focused only on what's not working, you know, you're not redirecting your energy to other possibilities. What, if anything, can be done to let go of what is standing in your way? I feel like some of you have, maybe, you know, somebody told you don't have the key to get out of those chains. You got to stay there. And maybe you're believing somebody. Maybe this person was very persistent in their opinion. I do feel like I did see that, like, what did I see? Like, agreeing to disagree. Maybe this is somebody who always disagrees or always has to be right. Maybe you just have to know what's right for you if you're not going to get through to that obstacle. And I just see, what is that? I'm getting another, like, the song. You can go your own way. I feel like you go, okay, you can go your own way. I'm going to go my way. What, if anything? Let me look at this. Do I have enough light here? It looks like, ooh, this is a weird picture. It does look like there's a masculine and a feminine energy here, letting this moth or butterfly go. It's a really weird picture. But this colored butterfly is attached to a, like a skeleton. I did see a skeleton key, right? Maybe that's an extra just synchronistic message for some of you, but look at that picture. Isn't that weird? But it's going up, it's going past this graveyard towards the stars, but there has to be maybe a release on this energy of freedom, transformation, because that's what that represents. There's also a river and a bridge. So maybe you're finding the bridge across, or you're diving into that river to really let something go. I just heard Toni Braxton. I am so glad that that came through. I don't know why I love that so much. First thing Monday morning, I'm gonna pack my tears away. Got no call to look back. Yeah, I'm looking for me a better day. Love, will this have? I have none of the words. Bear with me. But the only thing that brings you this pain comes a time when we must all make a change. Let go. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Everything's gonna work out right, you know. She's got that beautiful, sassy, deep-ass voice. Maybe somebody has a deep voice. Okay, I'm feeling goofy today with you guys. Let's get one more because I started auto shuffling. So apparently you need one more message from the Creativity Oracle besides let go. I keep hearing it go around. I feel like you know that like, oh, excuse me, pardon me. You know when like someone moves and then you move the same way and you're mirroring them? Oh, I'm sorry. No, excuse me, pardon me. I feel like you were like bumping into somebody and you had to be the one to just like stop, let them go around you, or be like, go ahead, you go first. And go a different way. Like there was like miscommunication, you know, where you were both going, or somebody kept trying to block you, you know, on purpose. Oh, which way you're going? Oh, I'm going to go that way too. I'm sorry, you can't move over there. Oh, okay, let's go this way. And then they're just stalling you. I feel like you need to switch that situation up, whatever that is. Let's see. Yeah, there's a spider web here. Maybe there's somebody that was like weaving a web of confusion. Maybe you have to make that spider web like, more like an energetic tapestry. But I see that spider web now. I don't know why I see it like a trampoline. So instead of like getting stuck in the sticky or somebody being prey, I feel like it's, I don't know, it's the spiritual trampoline. And I see like, maybe you're bouncing over that mountain, or maybe you're sending, hey, why don't you go try that trampoline out for a little bit, or try that spider web over there. And maybe somebody's going to get stuck in their own mess, or they're going to bounce a different direction and give you the space you need to, you know, go your own way. Rose is here. Hi, babe. I woke her up. Let's get one more. One more. Please and thank you. Two more. Secrets. It's interesting because I did see like a web of confusion. Maybe somebody has secrets, or maybe you even need to keep something a secret, especially if it has to do with creativity. I do feel like some of you need to maybe keep an idea to yourself until it fully starts to manifest, so that somebody can't get in the way, or get you off path. Let's see, you got number 20 and 23. Secrets is, yeah, it's telling you right now, big message, conceal plans and actions from those not ready to accept you as you are. Somebody keeps blocking you, whatever that is, getting in your way, changing your mind, making you question, you know, especially if they're making you question yourself or your, you know, need to expand, or what you can do, or all you can become. I mean, that person's energy vibration is definitely off, and they're putting a foul reflection of their own insecurities towards you. Nah, maybe make that like a, you know, a trampoline of energy now, and you just bounce that back to them. You know, keep your own energy. And if somebody believes in you and they want to see you succeed and overcome obstacles and find solutions and have prosperity and abundance in your life, those are the people that are there to help you, because they're not in a lack mindset where, oh, how come that person is successful? What am I doing wrong? Or no, if they have that, then I can't have this. Like, go with the people that recognize there's enough for everyone, that absolutely have faith in you and want to see you succeed, because, you know, it's like their true desire. They're not losing anything by seeing you in a successful energy. Maybe you're even inspiring each other. Those are the people you have help you. Those are the people that through that butterfly effect or by word of mouth are going to aid in your advancement. Because if you are in your truth, if you're speaking with that joyful energy and that, you know, real enthusiasm, even if they don't know what you're talking about, people want to help you because they know you believe in it. Therefore, they automatically believe in you. And if somebody doesn't, that's because they don't believe in themselves. So conceal plans and actions from those who don't accept who you are, who you really are. Which means it's also accepting who you are becoming. Sometimes people don't like when we change. They, you know, got used to the you that you used to be, or that they projected that you should be. And if you change from that, they lose a sense of control. So maybe you need to take back your control and also your sense of expansion. And if somebody doesn't want to grow with you, maybe they're going to distance from you. And you have to have full acceptance on that, because you're also going to attract the right ones in. That could also take a lot of willpower. You know, if you have a secret, or if you have a plan, or you have this successful, you know, thing you're working on, and then you tell somebody and it's always like, they kind of are like a downer. You know, they're like, nah, I don't know if that'll work, or you haven't really thought about this, but it's not like constructive. And if that's a repeating thing with someone, that's not the person to talk to about your big idea. You do have this, it's like Venus and the moon, and a bird and pearls of wisdom and stars. I think I have to cover her little boobies there, but I can show you the rest. And willpower, maybe you connect to the Native American Indians, or maybe it's just indigenous. I don't know why I confuse those words. Maybe it is androgynous if that came out. Maybe it's a combination of masculine and feminine. But I'm getting like ancient cultures. I'm also getting cultures that really resonate with earth. I also see Mexico. This looks like a blanket I have. Or actually, I don't have, my mom has it, but it's beautiful. I'll let you see it. Maybe it's not even a direct lineage, but it's actually just your soul resonates with the teachings. I'm getting of something more natural and very ancient than so rigid and structured, like I don't know, like modern religion. I'm not really getting that. I'm getting more shaman energy with this. I feel like some of you are a natural shaman, or you have been in a past life. Maybe you need to connect to nature. Willpower, use your willpower to bravely that's exactly what I saw before. Bravely overcome thoughts of compromise and defeat. Maybe somebody's always wanting to make you compromise, but you're not actually agreeing with that compromise. So it's not really a win-win, even if your words say it. So it is telling you, for some of you, have the willpower to stand up for what you believe in, or leave a situation that doesn't stand up for you. Overcome thoughts. So you have to pay attention to your thoughts. Don't be defeated because you have all this success here. All right, I feel like we should move to the tarot. So let's do that. Let me make this a little more organized. And I do have the Star Kiss. I just kind of like how these cards feel. I don't know, there's something about their texture that I like. So let's just get some general extra messages here. What are some I feel like it should be general. That's kind of how this whole reading has been, even though it's been specific messages. So general message, energy, focus for the collective. Oh yeah, you need to get out of some weird ass energies. You definitely have obstacles. I feel like maybe that's part of the challenge, or the obstacles, or who you need to keep out of your secret zone over here, or definitely what you need to let go of, or maybe have a lot of willpower against. You have somebody who's a mental manipulator. That's definitely not your energy. It could be one person specifically, one person right there in your face, or kind of like in the background, because it's not somebody that's like always outwardly like defying you or combating you. It's sometimes somebody in the shadows, but this is somebody who's doing something to win at all costs, so they have the trophy. But it's somebody that wants to win, usually with the mindset to make the other person lose. That's more the trophy than holding the trophy or the goal or the position or whatever it is. It's that there is underlying foul intentions that they hope someone else lose. They hope they pay. They hope that person does that. And it's like, ew, the card just gives me the icks. You know, Five of Swords is a ruthless win. You're not really up there in your glory because you did it in a shitty way. And that's somebody that's usually left alone in the end because their shitty attitude, nobody ends up wanting to be around, or they're just around others that all have shitty attitudes and auras anyway, and you know what, they deserve each other. So if it is the other way around, I do kind of like this card. It is my Mr. and Mrs. Miyagi card. It's that tough teacher that saw your potential, and they're not going to give you an easy win or, you know, do your test for you so that you feel better. They're going to challenge you mentally so you get mentally more clear and sharp, and you really learn that lesson. So it's not a challenge in the future. You overcome it. You go beyond it. So it is a compromise upside down to win. It's a win-win. You know, even if it's that you had to go through a little bit of a battleground or something that was challenging you mentally, a real dilemma, coinky-dink, I don't know why I heard coinky-dink, problem or situation, then maybe there is a coincidence that somebody is actually going to help you out. But it's usually for a higher purpose when it's upside down. Let's see. Why is the Five of Swords here? 5 means something's going to change. It doesn't always have to be a combative energy with an other or a group. It can also be somebody in their own mind. You know, somebody's own thoughts that are sabotaging a situation or heading them in an unauthentic direction. Because you can also be your own personal best teacher. You don't always need somebody else to be your mentor. You can choose to do it. Go after that knowledge, gain that skill. Take on that challenge to feel more mentally sharp about something. Five of Swords, let's clarify that. Why is that here? You have the 10 of Coins, but upside down, because this, I feel like this is somebody mentally, I mean, I want to say this is somebody who's kind of mentally in the energy of instability. I feel like their head is all over the place, but not in a good way, because this says underlying instability. So it's ground that was shaking for a long time. It's like somebody is on this battleground that's right on top of a fault line, and you got the like the earthquake is coming, the animals are all leaving that area, and somebody's just sticking around thinking, nah, maybe it'll still build. Maybe, you know, that security will hold on and last. Something in that case, when you have all of those signs that there's just something not stable there, you're always mentally unclear. You're always confused or wondering why somebody's always trying to knock you down, you know, trip you up. Then you need to uproot yourself and head towards the upright 10 of Coins or Pentacles, where you can see long-term stability. Because that's lasting security. 10 of Coins upside down is beautiful. It's beautiful because it's where no matter how many times something gets uprooted, there is a rebuilding that can happen. There is a branching out. There's an underlying energy of legacy. It's you leaving your legacy and being proud of it. From all of the energy and effort you put into your everyday world independently, feeling like you're at the top of the world, you should be proud of yourself by overcoming, you know, maybe karmic situations or hurdles where you got in your own way. Because if you're moving from now the 9 to the 10 of Coins, that's independence. It's freedom. It's where you know you're building something in your life that even if it's designing a keychain, you feel so freaking proud you put your heart into it, and you leave a little bit of that legacy of you behind. You know, if it's the other way, it's working for all of the finest things and never having time to enjoy it. What good is having, you know, all of that? It is usually monetary or abundance, financial security, stability. But what good is all that if in that huge house you don't actually enjoy it, or you're never actually satisfied? It's how do you take that energy of abundance and wealth and have satisfaction every single day in that Pentacles land of what you get to experience. It also looks like you're passing your legacy along. I feel like some of you may have gotten creative gifts or talents from your ancestors, but it's teaching energy too. So if there's a teaching here of younger generations, what are you teaching? Your truth? Or to have the most to impress the neighbors? You know, having the most impressive picture to put up on the social media so everyone thinks your life is lavish and you're on that yacht today, or forgetting your phone but having the most freaking amazing day on your rowboat or on your yacht. You know, there's no level of too much. To have a lot, to be in, you know, the penthouse of Dubai is not a negative thing. It's freaking amazing. But it's the inner nature of feeling truly satisfied and grateful, no matter if you're in a shack in the woods, a teardrop trailer, you know, or just have a backpack and you're staying in hostels around Europe. Is there that successful energy, that sense of legacy, that every day you put your energy into that thing, it was building a part of your story, or does it feel unfulfilled? So here, somebody's doing a good job. This is somebody who needs to take a little time to check, take note, be proud of yourself, because this is a self-made man or woman. This is someone who didn't rely on somebody else or didn't let somebody weird over here. As I said, success, phone storage full. Came up. We're going to continue this. We're going to keep going, these messages for you. So whoever this is, whether this is you or somebody you are long-term for the future working with and connecting to in this legacy together or independently, this is somebody that worked their way to the top. They weren't just given it. They work for it. You know, it says prosperitas victory. This is usually somebody who's pretty independent. It's usually the girl with the big ass bird in the lush garden, but it's having the finest things, but enjoying I always see it as somebody who they have what they desire or what makes them satisfied and happy because they had a good time in the process of gaining it, acquiring it, working for it. If it's here, I do see this as the codependent card. It's somebody latching on to somebody else's purse strings or goat tails because they see somebody else as, you know, a legacy they can latch on to, or somebody else working really hard for the advancement of a stable future. And, you know, that's the story they want to insert themselves in, even if perhaps they don't do it by high vibrational means. You know, it's somebody that, you know, that codependent dynamic, but I get like the more negative the more negative connection of it. You know, it's unfulfilled achievement. It's somebody that's never going to feel that legacy energy, that successful energy, because they're putting all of their eggs in somebody else's basket and never putting any of that energy towards what fulfills them. So they're always going to be empty. They're always going to be dissatisfied. They're always going to have that energy of over expectation of somebody else to live up to what they are projecting that they should be. And that, I don't know, that ends up bringing a lot of, what is the word that I am getting? I just heard ignorance, but it actually brings back the energy where somebody resents that, especially if they were the one doing all the work. You know, maybe that person did, you know, start in the beginning or present themselves as being an equal partner. But then it's somebody who became complacent, lazy, and expectant of somebody else. And that's not a fair dynamic. And that could be a whole group of people. It could be a whole family. So are there people around you that are compromising and working with you so everybody wins? So everybody's legacy is tapped into? Because what is a legacy for one person, what they want to achieve in their life, might be different from their brother or their sister or their mother or their father or their cousin or their aunt or their bestie or their neighbor. But is everybody accepting, or is somebody attached to, I did see like the energy of, not necessarily society, but yeah, maybe like the neighborhood or somebody's background, their culture, you know, the status quo, whatever it is. If somebody's so latched on that that's what it has to be because that's how it was written in the book. That's what says I am successful. That's what mommy and daddy wanted me to be. So I'm going to tack on to the family business. And then secretly that person's doing the family business, but all they can think about is wishing they were a fly fishing person instructor, you know, like it's like that. So it's somebody that's it's a disconnect. Even if there's others that disagree that you can't be, you know, a professional fly. I don't know why I see that. I think because at one point my dad did say that to me. I think that's why I just got that message. At one point my dad was like, you're really good and creative at tying all those little flies for me. You should be a fly fishing woman instructor. There's a call for that. Another time I don't know why I'm getting this. You know what, maybe that's a great idea. Maybe it wasn't for me, although I do like being in the creek, obviously. But I want to chillax, you know, just do my thing. I actually thought of another time where my dad talked to an artist who was very specifically the artist that made prosthetics. Like, you know, when somebody lost an actual arm or leg or something like that, this was the artist that made it. And I'm sure that this has come, you know, advanced in technology since my dad had that suggestion. But he was like, you're really artistic. And he thought that there was a way where people would be more comfortable with it. But he actually wanted me to be the doctor that measured it. I don't know. Maybe you could do something with prosthetics. I mean, that could be even you doing like really cool, like interesting makeup or something like that. I don't know why that message came through, but maybe somebody's idea or ideals that you have, maybe they did fit you at one point, but maybe something started to not fit anymore and you had to mold something that fit you and who you are becoming. And maybe that doesn't fit into the mold of what somebody thought you should be or who you were. But do you have the willpower to let go of what no longer there for your highest and greatest good? Or do you keep on those chains and feel unsatisfied for your whole life? Because time is but a blink of an eye. So if you want to make some changes, today's the day. Sometimes those changes are hard, and sometimes they're way easier than all the energy you put into thinking something couldn't work out or getting scared if it did. Rose is really needing my attention. I'm multitasking here while she's demanding my pets. So let's end this with one more message from the universe, because I do have to go to the grocery store. I have to go to the store before it gets too late. So, final message for the collective. What is the message that the universe has for you that would be helpful today? Please and thank you. My hand wasn't giving, I told you she wants my attention. My hand wasn't giving her attention on the other side, so she has to come around to where my hand is. Hi, I'm almost done. I'm going to read the card and we're going to go. We'll spend some time with you, and then I'm going to go to the grocery store. You want to read the card? All right, what is final message? Okay, I'll multitask. The past is behind you now. So drop the, that's what it's just what I said. Drop the fears and doubts. Even if you may feel a little uncomfortable at the moment and slightly anxious over what is coming next, you are being urged to bring yourself back to the present moment. Your recent prayers have been heard, which means it's not the prayers that you were saying before. This means you've revised something to fit you know, really what you want to build and how you want to grow now. So your recent prayers have been heard. You are currently being worked on. Oh, you're a work in progress. Look at you. You're a masterpiece in the making. And with this, we bid you adieu. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for giving this reading a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you soon. I love you so much. Bye.